Karen complains to HR about my body. I reverse her complaint. Everyone hates her. So I work at this office building doing basic data entry stuff. The dress code says business casual, so I wear normal office clothes like everyone else. Think button-downs, khakis, regular boring stuff. But apparently my coworker Karen had other ideas about what I should wear. Karen sits 2 cubicles over and has worked here for like 15 years. She thinks that gives her authority over everyone. Every morning she'd give me these looks like I personally offended her by existing. At first it was just weird stares and eye rolls when I walked past her desk. Then she started making little comments under her breath. Things like, some people have no respect, or dress codes exist for a reason. I figured she was just having bad days or something. But then, one Tuesday morning, I'm wearing this totally normal navy blue sweater and black pants. Nothing tight, nothing weird, just regular clothes from Target. Karen walks up to my desk and says really loudly so half the office can hear, "Don't you think that outfit is a bit inappropriate for the workplace?" I look down at my clothes confused. What's wrong with it? She crosses her arms and goes, "Well, it's very form-fitting. Some of us are trying to work here without distractions." Form-fitting? It was literally a loose sweater. But I just said okay, and went back to work because I didn't want drama. Apparently that wasn't good enough for Karen though. The next week I get called into HR. Our HR lady Jessica sits me down and says someone filed a complaint about my clothing being unprofessional and distracting to other employees. She has to go through this whole formal process asking me about my outfits and if I understand the dress code. I'm sitting there completely confused because I dress the exact same as everyone else in the office. Jessica seems confused too, honestly. She keeps looking at the complaint form, and then at me like something doesn't add up. Finally, she asks who made the complaint, and when I find out it was Karen, everything clicks. Karen had actually written this 3-page complaint about how my clothes were too revealing and created a hostile work environment. She listed specific outfits from memory, including the navy sweater incident. She even complained about a cardigan I wore that apparently emphasized my silhouette inappropriately. Here's where I got petty. I asked Jessica if I could see the dress code handbook again. As I'm flipping through it, I noticed something interesting. There's this whole section about workplace harassment that includes making unwelcome comments about coworkers' appearance or clothing choices. I look at Jessica and say, so making repeated comments about someone's body and clothing to make them uncomfortable at work would count as harassment, right? Jessica nods slowly like she's starting to see where this is going. I pull out my phone and show her screenshots of text messages I'd sent my roommate documenting Karen's comments. Things like, Karen told me my pants were distracting today, and she said my sweater was inappropriate again. I'd been keeping track because the comments were getting so frequent and weird. Then I mentioned how Karen had loudly called out my outfit in front of other coworkers, which created the exact hostile work environment she was complaining about, except she was the one creating it. Jessica asks if I want to file a counter complaint. I said absolutely. Within a week, Karen gets called into HR. Turns out when Jessica started investigating, other people came forward too. Karen had been making comments about several women in the office over the years. She told our receptionist Maria that her dresses were too colorful for a professional setting. She complained to another coworker that her makeup was excessive and attention-seeking. But here's the best part. During Karen's HR meeting, Jessica asked her to point out what was inappropriate about my outfits. When Karen started describing my form-fitting clothes and how they distracted male coworkers, Jessica realized Karen was basically just describing what a normal female body looks like in regular clothes. Jessica straight up told Karen that complaining about women having bodies was not a valid workplace concern. Karen got written up for harassment and had to attend sensitivity training. She also got moved to a different floor so she couldn't bother me anymore. The whole office found out why she got transferred, and now everyone avoids her.